Right now, we are at Kanchanpur, where the Bru migrants from Mizoram living in Tripura for last 22 years are protesting in demand for their ration supplies, which is suspended 36 days back. A couple of minutes back, Mr. Pradyot Manikya, who is the head of Tripura's royal family, he has visited the Bru migrants in the agitation, and he has assured them that he will do whatever is in his capacity to help them stay back in Tripura permanently. We will hear from him what he has got to say. Sir.
See, I've made it very clear that the Bru young community, their ancestral homeland is Tripura. Not many people are even raising the issue of Dumbur. What happened in Dumbur was when we decided to create a dam, it displaced thousands and thousands of Riang and Tripura community-based families. The Jhum cultivators have wandered from one place to another, and a lot of them did settle in Mizoram as well. And if you see the ancestral and historical boundary of Mizoram and Tripura, they were one and they were seamless. Today, when the state government can consider proposing 2,700 acres of land for BSF firing range, then why can't they give 1/3 of the land for the indigenous people who are actually from this state? And I find it astonishing that a government of India will say we will not give you food unless you don't go back to Mizoram. This is unprecedented and it's a clear violation of human rights. I am going to the Tripura High Court and we will file a writ petition because according to me, this is a clear violation of Article 21 under the Indian Constitution. You cannot deny international refugees basic human rights and basic right to food. And you're doing this to Indian citizens, displaced Indian citizens. It's unprecedented, and I think the government needs to answer to this.
So till now, entirely about whether these migrants who are living in Tripura for last 2 decades will ever go back to Mizoram, and if they go back, in what conditions. But your proposition comes as a fresh discourse here about their permanent stay in Tripura. How do you think the people will react, and what have you seen?
There is something called OI, original inhabitants. The original inhabitants of Tripura are the Riang people. And if we can give 2,700 acres of land, my grandmother gave, in Kanchanpur is named after my grandmother, after she gave the Swasti committee land. And these are displaced people from East Pakistan. Absolutely right. Tripura has had a history of accommodating people from neighboring states, neighboring countries, and making them citizens of India. And they've contributed to the state. Then why can't we do the same with our Riang Bru community? Should there be two laws applying for both? So I think people are not looking into the history and the character of Tripura. And believe me, if the government is not willing to, I have already spoken to the leaders of the Bru Riang community. Whatever money I have, I'll put in money, we'll buy some land and we'll try to rehabilitate some. But the government also should come forward and try to do the same. Because eventually this is about dignity, this is about a choice. And we are not. These are Indians. These are my own people. These are our own blood. How can you do this?
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
So we have just heard Mr. Pradyot Kishore, who was visiting this place at Nasim near Dojda Anand Bazar Road, where the Bru migrants are protesting for the last 6 to 7 days in absence of